Joel Klatt makes an interesting observation about Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. Will it be a terrible day for Bama's next opponent? Let's see what's new. With Ty Simpson at the helm, the team is not only showing its strength, but also arousing the enthusiasm of even the most demanding analysts. And Joel Klatt said something interesting. He compares Simpson to names like Arch Manning. It's clear we're talking about something special. Ty Simpson has been a revelation. It's no exaggeration to say he's becoming the engine driving Alabama this season. Still just beginning his tenure as a starter, he's already racking up impressive numbers. 1,478 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and just one interception. These numbers aren't just cold statistics. They reflect the impact of a quarterback who is raising his team's confidence and putting rivals on high alert. When you look at the way he led the offense against Vanderbilt last week, throwing for 340 yards and 2 touchdown passes, it's easy to understand why Klatt was so vocal in his praise. Klatt's comment about Ty Manning is particularly interesting because it highlights how quickly narratives can change in sports. Arch Manning, Peyton and Eli's nephew, entered the season surrounded by the spotlight and towering expectations. However, while Texas is still trying to find its rhythm, Simpson has already proven he could be the real difference maker in this competitive landscape. He's not just playing well, he's dominating. Klatt's comparison may sound provocative, but it resonates deeply when you watch the game tape. Simpson demonstrates surgical precision in his passing, an unshakable calm under pressure, and an almost instinctive ability to read opposing defenses. This is rare, especially in such a young player. But what really stands out in Klatt's speech is the way he connects Simpson's success to Alabama's offensive balance. He emphasized that while the passing game is dominant, the team needs to maintain at least a basic level of competence on the ground. Against Vanderbilt, we saw encouraging signs in this regard. Jam Miller had a solid performance, rushing for 136 yards and securing a crucial touchdown. This kind of performance is essential to give the team strategic flexibility. After all, no one wants to face a defense that can exploit both the pass and the run. And here's the key point. Alabama seems to be finding its rhythm. After a bitter loss to Florida State in the season opener, many questioned whether the team could bounce back. However, consecutive wins against tough opponents like Georgia and Vanderbilt show that the Crimson Tide are far from being written off. Kalen DeBoer, the head coach, deserves credit for fine-tuning the team and creating a system that maximizes his players' strengths. He's given Simpson the freedom to shine while he works to strengthen other areas of the team. Now, the next chapter of this journey will be written in Columbia, Missouri, where Alabama will face the Missouri Tigers. This matchup promises to be a crucial test. Missouri, undefeated so far, will be determined to prove its worth and defend its territory. But with Simpson on the field, Alabama enters as the favorite. The key to success, as Klatt pointed out, will be the offensive line. If it can protect Simpson and pave the way for the running game, the Crimson Tide will have all the tools necessary to continue its rise to the top of the SEC. There's something magical about the way Alabama operates. Even amid criticism and doubt, the program has never lost its identity. It's a team that thrives on overcoming obstacles and decisive moments. And right now, Ty Simpson is solidifying himself as the leader Alabama needed. He's not just a talented quarterback. He's the beating heart of a team that's beginning to remind everyone why Alabama is synonymous with excellence in college football. Maybe Joel Klatt is right. Perhaps Ty Simpson will be the name we'll hear a lot more often in the coming weeks. And who knows, maybe Alabama has found the final ingredient needed to bring more glory to its legacy. A terrible day for the next opponent? You bet. Alabama returns to the road with the mission of proving, once again, that its opening loss was merely an isolated stumble. The Crimson Tide, currently ranked number 8 in the country, travels to Columbia to face number 14 Missouri in a matchup that carries more tension than the rankings might suggest. For many, it's a typical trap game, a team on a roll, coming off 4 straight wins, about to face an even bigger rival the following week, the much-anticipated matchup against Tennessee at Bryant-Denny Stadium. But Kalen DeBoer, who inherited Nick Saban's throne and is trying to write his own story in Tuscaloosa, doesn't seem willing to fall into narrative traps. DeBoer spoke with the calm of someone who understands that respect is the foundation of all preparation. They're 5-0. They're a ranked team. He said on Monday, calmly but firmly, it's not just courtesy. Missouri arrives undefeated, one of 4 remaining undefeated teams in the SEC, alongside Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. They're coming off a relentless performance against UMass, winning 42-6 before enjoying a bye week. The message is clear. Alabama isn't underestimating anyone. There's a curious contrast at this point in the season. While Missouri built a run of success under the shadow of national skepticism, Alabama has been trying to redefine its identity after the end of the Saban era. The loss to Florida State, still unranked at the time, was a crushing blow, the kind of result that would serve as ammunition for any hasty critic. But since then, the Tide has responded with the ferocity fans know. 2 convincing victories over ranked opponents, Georgia and Vanderbilt. It wasn't just a response. It was a reminder that Alabama still sets the pace when the pressure mounts. And defense, once again, is the foundation. The numbers speak for themselves, allowing just 16 points per game, the 21st best mark in the country. It's a group that seems to have rediscovered its pride in being the most physical side of the field, especially after the lessons learned at the start of the season. On Saturday, this group will be tested again, this time against Missouri's explosive running game. Ahmad Hardy is the name that jumps out at them. The running back is the engine of an offense that ranks 3rd nationally in rushing yards, with 292 per game. Hardy has been more than a standout. He's the Tigers' identity. If Alabama wants to control the pace, it all starts with containing it. But there's something beyond the stats that stands out about DeBoer's Alabama. The team has shown mental evolution, a calmness that isn't shaken by the pressure or the weight of succeeding a legend. The new coach seems to have grasped the program's ethos. The demand for excellence isn't a burden, it's a privilege. And this is reflected in the group's approach: less noise, more execution. On the field, Alabama has been more disciplined, more collective, and more focused on playing the kind of football that defines the SEC. Missouri, deservedly so, is the kind of opponent that forces Alabama to prove its maturity. It's not a game for easy statistics or moments of distraction. It's the kind of challenge that tests character and consistency. And honestly, that's exactly what DeBoer wants at this point in the season. A win on the road against an undefeated opponent would not only solidify Alabama as a legitimate playoff contender, but also bolster the confidence of a squad that's beginning to see itself as a protagonist, not just an heir to a legacy. On Saturday, the Tide will step onto Faurot Field with a dual mission: to win and to continue growing. There's no longer room for comparisons or nostalgia. This is Kalen DeBoer's team, disciplined, resilient, and aware that every week is an opportunity to silence doubts and reaffirm who Alabama is. Let's move forward. The Alabama Crimson Tide has always been known for its ability to develop talent, especially when it comes to freshmen who arrive with high expectations. This year is no different, and the name of the moment is London Simmons, a young defensive lineman who is starting to earn a place in the starting lineup. Just a few games into the season, Simmons has already shown that he can be an important piece for the Crimson Tide's near future. Simmons' rise didn't happen overnight, but rather a result of circumstances and consistent performance. Initially, he was positioned as a third stringer behind experienced veterans like Tim Keenan III and Jeremiah Beeman. However, the sudden roster changes opened a door for the freshman. Keenan's departure before the Florida State game put Simmons in a more critical situation from the start, and he responded with impressive maturity for someone so young. When Beeman also left the team shortly thereafter, Simmons not only assumed the starting role, but also began to demonstrate his value on the field. Simmons' initial numbers may seem modest at first glance: 6 total tackles, including 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and 1 quarterback hurry. But his impact goes beyond statistics. He has been a constant presence in defensive rotations, bringing energy and a level of aggressiveness that complements the veterans around him well. His ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks and challenge offensive runs has been a plus, even in moments where experience could have worked against him. Alabama defensive coordinator Kane Wommack was full of praise for the young player during his press conference on Monday. "London continues to excel and do a good job," Wommack said. This statement may seem simple, but it carries significance within the Alabama context. The program is known for its rigorous discipline and the high demands placed on players, regardless of their age or experience. When Wommack publicly recognizes a player's progress, it's because they're truly delivering. Wommack also highlighted something crucial about the team's dynamic: the importance of seizing opportunities. He mentioned that, in normal situations, older, more experienced players tend to dominate rotations, especially in games where the offense can hold the ball longer. However, Simmons earned his spot not only by being available, but by demonstrating on the field that he deserves more minutes. When you look back and watch the video, he earned the right to more playing time, Wommack said, emphasizing that Simmons' growth is a direct result of his effort and performance. This mentality of seizing every opportunity is exactly what makes Alabama so special. Players like London Simmons are molded in this competitive environment, where talent must be combined with dedication and resilience. For a freshman, facing adversity early in a college career can be intimidating, but Simmons seems to be embracing the challenge admirably. His aggressive style of play and ability to adapt quickly to the team's needs are qualities that promise to pay off not only this season, but for years to come. With the upcoming games approaching, including the matchup against Missouri this Saturday, there's a growing expectation that Simmons will have even more responsibility on the field. Wommack made it clear that the rookie should receive more snaps, an indication that the coaching staff trusts him to contribute significantly. This is a direct reflection of how Alabama operates. The best players, regardless of class, get chances when they prove themselves. While Ty Simpson masterfully leads the offense, the defense is also beginning to find its key players, and Simmons seems destined to be one of them. And London Simmons is living this journey in real time. When he takes the field this Saturday, he will be representing not only himself, but the entire legacy of excellence that Alabama has built over the years. Let us know what you think.